This is where an average prisoner in Indonesia has to sleep, on the floor with hundreds of fellow inmates. This is a 64 square meter cell of a businesswoman, shown on Indonesian television. She was caught red-handed during a laser beauty treatment. Her comfortable life in prison suddenly ended after a surprise visit by a team established to clean up the corrupt justice system.
In the room, there are all facilities. So it's like executive lounge in the airport, with all the facilities.
Businesswoman Artalyta was sentenced to 5 years in prison for bribing a prosecutor with $600,000 for dropping a case. She's only one example of the corrupt justice system that doesn't stop at the prison gate. Tommy Soeharto, son of former Indonesian dictator, receiving journalists inside prison in 2002, while serving a 15-year sentence for masterminding the murder of a judge. He had a personal staff and use of a helicopter landing pad to go on regular outings. In return, he built a small factory inside prison to keep inmates busy. He was released after 4 years. ANTON, MEDAN, one of Jakarta's most infamous former gangsters, says special treatment is commonplace. He has spent more than 18 years in 14 different prisons. He claims prison directors rely on the money from rich convicts because the government is not doing anything to improve conditions in overcrowded prisons.
There is something positive about this corruption. At least we don't have any fights in these overcrowded prisons because the money of corrupt people keeps them quiet. Of course, it should not be like that. The government should take care of it.
It's been a secret for many years that the rich and powerful live like kings and queens inside prison. And even they can go outside whenever they feel like it. Now this has finally brought to the open. These privileges will be harder to get. But still, looking at the very corrupt Indonesian justice system, this is only tip of the iceberg. When Al Jazeera visited the central Jakarta prison, the director denied there were any special rooms for rich inmates. But he did admit that he happily accepts any money these convicts want to spend to help other prisoners. The official capacity of this prison is 900, but it's now housing more than 3,000 inmates.
If one of our inmates is rich enough and he is willing to supply extra food for our prisoners, who am I to stop him? As long as he doesn't ask for special treatment. If he does, I will look what he is asking. If it's only for personal use, I wouldn't allow it.
The government has announced harsh action against the corrupt practices, including sacking prison heads and staff. After the scandal broke, President Yudhoyono allocated $100 million to improve the prison system in the country. But improving facility is one thing, changing the mentality another. Vaessen, Al Jazeera, Jakarta.